Look at that beautiful chart. Look at that beautiful chart. Today was an amazing day, as the title says. We had our first A plus setup of the year. Let me slide that. Let's get right into it. Welcome back. So, as always, what do? Our prerequisites. Exactly. I knew y'all was catching on. So, what does that consist of? Let's get that out of here. That was some overnight. Ooh, that actually did good. That was an overnight A plus setup because London's been doing pretty nice lately. So I was kind of just drawing it out because I was awake at the time. Didn't trade it, but I was drawing it out just to see how it performed. And I forgot to check on it until right now. So it's good to know that it worked out. But anyway, here's Asia. Of course, here's the low, here's the high. Obviously, London took out the highs right here. They took them out around 3 a.m. So right around the open, London Open. So that helped us determine our bias, which would have been bullish. So we hopped on our morning call as we do every day around 9 a.m. And we had some good setups pretty much all day. Well, not all day, but a good start to the day. So whenever I see some mini setups, which are chop boxes, that's kind of like a jump start to something that could possibly turn into something big, especially if it's a few chop boxes that are going in favor of the bias, and then you get another setup, aka the A plus. That's just kind of like a jump start to something that could potentially be very lucrative. So we had our first um, chop box around 9 a.m. I hopped on the charts a few minutes early just to draw out levels and do some other administrative stuff. And I saw this little box area right here. Now, granted, we usually look for 5 candles and we look for continuation inside the box. So after this little small move right here, we had some up and down, right? So this box was pretty big. It would have looked something like that. Then we had some more consolidation right there. That box would have looked like that. And then right here, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would have looked something like that. So we did take a couple of trades. I know some people took this chop box, this first one, I want to say. Pink lines are daily levels, nothing changed but the year. Again, Happy New Year. If you didn't watch my previous video, it is 2025. What a time to be alive. So, anyway, this is what I'm talking about as far as a jump start. It's like the engine's kind of getting warmed up, right? And then all of a sudden it just kind of explodes up, right? We actually have a nice M pattern right here, but that would have been some reverse trend trading. I don't really do that anymore, so to say. But if you do trade patterns, that was a very nice one. Very nice one. So anyway, we took one small trade on the where is it? Yeah, so we took one small trade right here up to this reversal zone because I did like buys because of the overnight bias. So it was something like that. It was a small trade. One tick outside the box after the open, and then going to just right there, the top of the actual or the bottom of the actual reversal zone. This reversal zone is actually one that was made before the contract rollover. So it's not exactly accurate anymore, but I still leave them on the charts because they do hold weight. As you can see, that it became support right here, resistance right here, and then turned around and became some additional support. That is why I always leave them on my charts forever. Um, so anyway, we took that one. And then a lot of people didn't get this call, so still looking for something big. Well, not big, but just something else. It just happened to turn out to be big. So with the A plus, we start looking for setups after 10 a.m., but before 12 p.m. So after this time, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for price to go through a reversal zone, crossing over the 50 SMA and VWAP, making structure and the gap. It's really that simple. Before we continue, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Help a brother out. You know what I mean? All right. So enough of that. Enough of paying the bills. Yeah. So these reversal zones, a lot of people ask about that. They are based off of 1 hour time frames, which we can see here. And you can see I have several of them. They're basically, in a nutshell, they are when the trend changes. So there's one up here, boom. There should be one down here, but it changed because the contracts changed over. There's one here, here, here. This one's not because I think it's within 1500, but you get the idea. Wherever the trend changes, they're kind of like big swing points, if you want to call it that. It's kind of easy to see once you get used to it, but that's not what this video is about. So we waited after 10. We came down. We did get a setup for a short A plus, but the bias is bullish. So we weren't looking for shorts. If it would have went short, so be it. We would have looked for some other sort of setup that possibly could have happened. And it didn't. So if we look here, price actually, when price was here, it crossed over VWAP, came outside of this small reversal zone, which is this gray box right here, crossed over the 50 SMA. So now at this point, we have 3 out of the X amount of check boxes, right? So now we're just looking for structure. So structure happened right here on this candle where we got to close above that swing. Okay, that's another check box. So now we are looking for a fair value gap. At any point after this structure, we're looking for a fair value gap where this is going to be our stop loss. We know that going into it. So we're just looking for a gap now. We got our first gap. If your eyes are good, or if you're really good at seeing gaps or actively looking for them, there's a tiny, tiny gap that is right here. Right there is a tiny bullish gap. That's all I needed. So as soon as I saw that, I'm putting my limit order in. Stop loss down here. My entry is at the top of this gap. And I just sit and wait patiently because I'm a limit order trader. I am waiting for price to come back and tap me into this trade, which it did right here. Now, once it tapped into this trade, we did get a bit of drawdown. Basically just a retest of the actual reversal zone. You can see it rejected it. Only some wicks came, and then body closes were all outside of this zone. So that was a perfect retest. Probably could have got a little better entry if we would have did some other types of trading, but we just stuck to the rules and went 4 contracts on this because this year I have some personal goals I'm trying to get, which is trying to make at least $1 million in trading using one Top Step account. So I went 4 contracts, and if we mark it out, TP1 hit for 1265. TP2 hit right here, and the second daily, which is good. That there was one up there, so that could have been an exit point. So that one hit for 25.30. At that point, we moved our stop loss from down in the negative to break even. And I had two runners left. The first runner was at TP3, right here for 3,800. Once price actually hit TP3, I secured three TPs, right? So 1265, 2530, 3,800. So I'd already secured well over 6,000, 7,000, right? I had one more runner left. By the time TP3 hit, I moved my stop loss from break even to TP1 just because we were in this trade for so long that we were approaching power hour, I think around here. Yeah, and I just didn't want nothing crazy where, power hour is kind of wild. It could have dropped all the way back down here, maybe to TP1 or even down to break even or even possibly down to this other daily down here. You just never know with power hour, especially on a Friday, the first Friday of the year. They could have been closing out some books that they forgot to do at the end of the year in 2024. So you just want to secure and lock in some profits. So I have my other runner here, targeting TP4 or TP5. If there was some good volume, I probably would have moved it up to TP5, but there wasn't. So I actually ended up just holding until the end of the day, which was kind of just hovering around TP2. So locked in another 24, 2,500. So overall, a great day, great trade. A lot of people actually caught this. It was pretty good. I will show the call out and how it looked. So this was the call out. A plus setup based off of an old RZ from an old contract. TP2 did line up nicely with the daily level. You could wait for more structure. Blah blah blah. That's just talking about entry. Going into a larger reversal zone that already got rejected once on a higher time frame. So the second time could have been better or it could have been worse. You really never know, but we just stick to the rules. Could have waited for a chop box along the way up. And then, of course, whenever the TPs hit, we call it out. So that way people can take profits if they want to, or so on and so forth. So a lot of people caught this move. A lot of people made money. Let me see. Where is it? Profits. So, yeah, people made money here. They caught it here, caught it, caught it. Those some crypto trades, caught it, caught it, caught it. Somebody passed, all that good stuff. So, overall, great start to the year, great start to the week. I think we're already up. Let me see. Already up. 8,472. It's a great start to the year. Once it gets 50, I'm going to do some other things, maybe increase my size a bit because I am going to trade aggressively all year, but that's just personal goals. So anyway, hope you all were able to catch this trade. If not, you want to join the inner circle, holler at us. There will be a link down in the description. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Peace.